The Chosen Season 6 is on its way, and I literally can't stop thinking about it. If you've been following this channel, you'll know that I always cover any new information. The cast and crew share things like leaked scenes, behind-the-scenes photos that we probably shouldn't have seen, trailers, and release dates. So, let's talk. Okay, we may have to start with a little recap, just to make sure that we remember everything. In Season 5, also known as The Chosen, The Last Supper, we saw Jesus entering the final weeks of his life in Jerusalem. After the famous Last Supper ended, Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane with his disciples. While some of them were waiting outside, Peter, James, and John went in with him. It was clear that Jesus was overwhelmed by the fact that he was going to be crucified soon. He asked his disciples to stay awake so that they could all pray together. But before that, he wanted to pray alone. So he went deeper into the garden and started to pray. Let me tell you something, I couldn't stop my tears in that scene. He seemed really helpless. He wanted to talk with the only one who could help him, his Father. And he was very honest. He said that he didn't know whether he could do this or not. That was when he started seeing a vision of Abraham and Isaac. Then he realized that it was going to be okay. He prayed again and told his Father that he trusted him. When he returned, he found out that his disciples were sleeping, even though he had asked them to stay awake so they could pray together. So he went back into the garden again to continue his prayers and saw two more visions. One of them was about Ezekiel, and the other was about his earthly father Joseph comforting him by saying that he would be waiting for Jesus. After all this, we saw him waking Peter, James, and John, telling them that the hour had come. It was so hard for me to watch. I cried the whole time and just couldn't stop myself. But what about you guys? How did watching the last episode impact you with everything that happened? I can tell you that one of my favorite scenes was when Judas stepped out and kissed Jesus. We all know that Jonathan Roumie is doing an amazing job. From the first time I watched him as Jesus, I knew that no one could have portrayed him like Jonathan. He's so devoted to doing this right, and I feel like Luke Dimion's performance matched him in that final scene. He was great as Judas. Season 6, Episode 1. We'll pick things up from the kiss. We all saw the shock and anger in the disciples' eyes, so I think they'll definitely have a talk with Judas in the first episode. From behind-the-scenes footage, we know for a fact that Peter will have a confrontation with Judas. That may be one of the scenes I'm anticipating the most. No one expected Judas's betrayal. It was like they couldn't decide whether to be sad or angry. The soldiers we saw in the last scene will arrest Jesus and take him to Caiaphas. And before the Sanhedrin, we will witness a very difficult and painful process as Jesus and his disciples prepare for his trial, condemnation to death, and crucifixion. Starting from the first episode, I personally don't feel like I can handle the emotional weight, but we'll see. Let me give you some other updates on Season 6. They started filming in April, so it has been 4 months. It's taking them a little longer since they went to Italy for the crucifixion scenes. Only some of the cast and crew flew to Matera to film these scenes. And when Dallas was asked why he chose to film in Italy, he said the town still looks like it's 2,000 years old. It maintained this look as a horizon line behind the grasses. It's something you can't replicate anymore. And then he assured us that after we see the final product, we will all say that it couldn't have been anywhere else. They are working so hard to tell us this amazing story in an amazing way, and I think we should all really appreciate them. Besides that, filming things like the crucifixion is really hard to process. I mean, I know that we'll be watching it, and it'll destroy us, but they literally get to live the experience. And we can clearly see from the behind-the-scenes videos that they couldn't hold back their tears during and after filming the scene. At least they have each other. In an interview, Elizabeth Tabish said, "We're grieving together. We're crying together, holding each other's hands, embracing each other after takes, building each other up before action." Well, I'm glad the cast had each other and Dallas to go through this challenging filming schedule. Even though it was really hard for them to shoot, I'm really curious about the crucifixion scenes. Actually, I don't know what to expect, but from Jonathan's body double's leaked images, I think it's safe to say that the scenes won't be that graphically violent. Besides that, Dallas has always cared more about the emotional effect of the show. And I think this is way better than seeing all the blood and cruel scenes that would destroy everyone. What are your expectations? Let me know in the comments. I can give you some good news. It took them 3 weeks to shoot the scenes in Italy, and now they're done. So, they went back to the US to continue filming on set. We don't know the exact filming schedule, like when they will wrap up, but thankfully, we have a release date window. We all know that season 6 won't be like other seasons. We'll get 6 episodes and a movie at the end of the season, which will focus on the crucifixion. Unfortunately, we still don't have a release date for the episodes, but Dallas said we should expect them towards the end of 2026. But here's the good news. There's going to be the Chosen Con in February 2026. Even though we don't have a release date for the 6 episodes, Dallas said that he's planning to show one of the episodes there. We might get the first teaser trailer for the Chosen Season 6 there as well. Unlike the episodes, we do have the release date for the Crucifixion movie, and it is March 12, 2027. After that, we'll get Season 7, which will be the opposite of Season 6. This means we'll get the movie, which will focus on the resurrection first, and 6 more episodes after that. The movie will come out in 2028, followed by the episodes in the following months. And that'll be the end of The Chosen, but not the Chosen universe. If you want to learn about one of the projects being developed as part of the Chosen universe, check out this video.